Good afternoon. My name is Alexander Jordan, and I'm here to persuade you on the matter of cloning. The development of cloning should be made legal. Imagine your life or someone you love's life was saved because when they were healthy or you were healthy, you donated your cells to be created into something that could save your life. This being a tissue, organs, or cells. Currently, there are laws and regulations restricting this study of cloning to be furthered. The development of cloning human beings should be made legal on a worldwide scale because of its possibilities in correcting genetic issues, providing a source for organ replacement, and in procreation. First, I would like to convince you of the genetic possibilities of cloning. Genetic possibilities of cloning include the ability in the near future to treat diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and Huntington's disease. There is research gathered from ScienceAmerica.com stating that James Roble of the Animal Science Department at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst has preliminary results that could indicate that such diseases could be treatable. He explains that in the case of some of these diseases, it is possible to alleviate the symptoms of Parkinson's in particular by implementing fetal brain cells into the brain of an afflicted patient. He goes on to further explain that utilizing cloned cells could be useful in finding a better treatment for diabetes. Genome.com explains that the genetic modified animal pancreatic islet cells, which create insulin, could be possible to create insulin in response to a patient's need. This would rid the need of insulin therapy, which is what a lot of diabetics use in today. Some possible usages for cloning include early detection and prevention of hereditary diseases and a possible cure for cancer. These are just some of the near future possibilities presented by cell cloning. Most of these possibilities are still science fiction because of lack of support from the government. Now that I've just described and discussed and explained the genetic possibilities of cloning, I would like to explain and persuade you on the revolution that cloning could cause in the organ transplant industry. The idea of streamlining cloning people for the sole purpose of tissue transplant is a far away idea. Created with science in mind and medicine, organ harvesting at that scale would only be made for good. Science.howstuffworks.com explains that organ transplants are difficult for multiple reasons. The two largest hurdles are finding a donor and having the organ of the donor be accepted into the recipient. The article explains that it is possible to clone humans with somatic cell nuclear transfer utilizing human embryos. Specialization of the cells into an organ has not yet been discovered because of laws and lack of available resources. If this science is taken to its full extent, there will be a decrease in crime as illegal organ harvesting would become obsolete. OrganDonor.gov states that as many as 17 people die each day from donating or from needing a donated organ. This graph explains that there are a total of 100,223 people every year in need of an organ. The future in which streamlining organ transplants and controlling the market in organ growing would be only for good as we increase life expectancy and quality of life. Quality of life increases with life expectancy because the organs that people need would no longer be needed since they'd have them and be growing them at a higher rate. Now that I've just discussed the possibilities of having control over organ transplant and the genetic possibilities that cloning has, I will discuss the future possibilities in the advancement of procreation. As same-sex couples number increase, so do the issues of procreation for these couples. With reproductive cloning, a same-sex couple could mix both of their genes to create a biological child from both parents. As previously discussed, also by furthering the capabilities of cloning and manipulating human cells, it would be possible to prevent future generations from suffering from previously discussed genetic diseases such as diabetes, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. By furthering the study of cloning, we would have provided a source of parenthood for these previously forced into other methods, such as adoption. This being coupled with the advancement of genetic diseases would cause an increase in quality of life, again, for the future generations. Science has proven that cloning people is possible, and without further cloning, we will not see a decrease in genetic diseases in the future. This ability would also mean that a parent could choose what their child would look like and their disposition concerning their own genetic composition. NIH.gov again states that this future is a possibility and will be treated like any other type of medical care in government. Now that I've discussed the potential in human cloning in genetics, medical, and procreation, I would like to direct you to my conclusion. I've just provided an argument as to why cloning should be made legal worldwide. I would hope after my speech you would leave sharing my view on cloning and its possibilities for the world. When the time comes to take action in legislation, I believe that you will make the right decision to vote to further the study of cloning. Thank you. Have a good day.